Hello, welcome back to another video with me. If you are back for another video, I want to thank you for coming back to watch again, and to all those who have subscribed so far, I want to thank you and tell you how much I really appreciate it. It is so exciting to see it, the notification to get a new subscriber. So if you are new here and enjoy the video, please like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. So far this year, I have been working in the Sterling Ink Pocket Planner full year, and I'm loving it so far. It's amazing, and you can see here I have a small subset of my collection of covers. I have plenty more than this, but maybe at some point I will do a video to show all the covers if people are interested in that. I think I would have to overcome the embarrassment of what I feel like is hoarding covers, though, because way too many covers, depending on how you look at it. I don't collect shoes or clothing or anything like that, so I suppose stationery and notebook covers are my collection and obsession. But just justifying it, that I don't buy clothes or shoes or any other collections like that, I suppose isn't necessarily a good justification, but that's how my brain works. So notebook covers are my thing, and everything that goes inside the notebook covers. So here is a small collection. Like I said, I have a few ChicSparrow here and a couple JenikasJournals, and I try to switch it up, give each cover a few days of time, but mostly they just lie around on my table and in my bags and go with me everywhere, multiple covers at one time, even though I only need one cover to cover my notebook for each day. But anyway, my plan is to switch it up, but I am trying to go a whole week at a time in one cover just to be able to enjoy it as much as possible, because I love all of them. So as I mentioned, so far this year I'm currently in this Sterling Ink Pocket Planner full year, and I love it. I love the little size. I'm on the go all the time. I do work from home, which is great, but as soon as my kids come home from school, we are on the go to youth activities all night and all weekend. So it's nice to be able to carry something small around in my bag, because when I am sitting at practices and games, I like to take out my planner and do some planning, but mostly journaling and documenting our days, just to have a record of what we've been up to every day. So as I mentioned, I love this. I have another video that I go over how I'm using this, and my plan would be to use 3 of them in 1 year, because I do use 2 pages per day as I journal and document, and so obviously I can't do 2 pages per day in just one book. I need multiple books to get through a whole year. You can see the thickness of this is beautiful. I have the gold edge. The only drawback I have is that when I am writing on the right side, as I write, it's harder to write on this right edge because my hand falls off, and I do so much journaling that the thinner notebook does make it a little more convenient. And the other thing, I said there was only one thing. The other thing is, because I have such a nice collection of covers, I have a handful of them that the thin notebook fits a little bit better than this thick notebook. All of the JenikasJournals covers that I have fit both perfectly. Several of the ChicSparrow I have fit both perfectly, but then I do have some ChicSparrow that fit the thinner notebook slightly better. And just to be able to use all my covers, I have in the last few days been tempted to go back to another setup that I had started at the beginning of the year. It's how I finished last year, and I did both setups going into this year, copying the same information into both books. And I have to take off this clear cover because I am afraid I will see my reflection the entire time, and that will just be distracting and annoy me. So here's the thinner notebook from Sterling Ink, and the pocket size does not come in a planner for the half size notebook. It only comes in this full year planner for the pocket size. So what I would do is take this half notebook, and create my own planner with it. So I started that at the beginning of this year, and you can see let me get to the first couple pages here. So like January 1st, this is a genuine waste of time, I imagine, and people will probably be horrified, but I know there are plenty of people out there who do this as well. But the goal, I want everything in the same notebook for the whole year. Well, multiple notebooks of the same type of notebook for the whole year. So as you can see, I've copied the exact same information, which isn't the best use of my time. Of course, I have a full-time job and plenty of other things I could be doing, but I look at this as my hobby, and it's what I enjoy spending my me time on. I'm air quoting my me time. I get very little of it with 3 children, but the time I get is basically sitting in the car during practices when I drive my kids to practice. So that's how I spend it. If I decide that I want to switch, I'll just spend a few practices copying over everything I've written so far. And I do have, like I said, at the beginning of the year, I started out doing both for probably a week. So I have multiple pages already copied between the two because I went back and forth a little bit, as my channel name is called Planner Hopper. But I will comment that actually starting this YouTube channel and posting more regularly on Instagram is kind of interesting to me because it's holding me more accountable to not just switching. Last year, I think I had about 7 different planners going at one time, between sizes, brands, trying to decide which one I want because I like them all. It's hard to make a decision. But posting about them on YouTube and Instagram has actually held me slightly more accountable. So that's just a little tidbit of side information that I found interesting. So what my plan is to backfill all of the pages from January that I don't already have in here. And then what I would do is have all my weeks up front for 3 months. I would use 4 of these little notebooks in 1 year based on how much I journal. That would be my tentative plan. So I left blank pages for the first 3 months of the year to fill in the weeklies. I go back and forth because I absolutely love the font that Sterling Ink uses. Like, her pages are just absolutely gorgeous. I can't replicate that with my own writing. I know she has stickers, and I do have some. I haven't tried them yet, but that could be an option, but I don't want to bulk up with stickers in my planner or my notebook. So that's the one thing I would miss, is having her predated daily or weekly pages, because I just absolutely love this font. It's so gorgeous and it's so peaceful to look at. So what I would do is create my own weeklies, and I could lay them out however I wanted. So I could do the horizontal weekly, which I was doing some of last year. At some point I can flip through my notebook from the end of last year, the last couple months, or I can make it this way. I can make boxes for each day of the week, and then that allows me to fill in a to-do list as well. And then I can make notes at the bottom of activities that my children have. So I can write my weekly how I want, and I'll of course have to go back and fill in the last few weeks of weeklies. And then I don't know yet if I would pre-make them or just make them as each week comes up. I have obviously issues committing to what I want, so I don't know if I want to commit to this layout. I know it's only 3 months and you can do anything, well, relatively anything, for 3 months. So I could survive if I pre-filled them all, and then it would be done and I'd be ready to go and not scrambling on Sunday to try to fill it, or as it's already at the end of the week, creating it at the end of the week. The problem partially for me is I don't necessarily need weeklies. I just like the way they look. All of these scheduling things that I put in here for my kids' activities are all in my brain anyway. I don't actually reference this weekly calendar each day to see, oh, we have activities 3 tonight. I don't need to. It's all just stored in my brain. So I'm working on seeing if I can take it out of my brain and keep it in here, but I just don't think that's possible. I just think the way my brain works is I would have it memorized anyway. So I like the way the weeklies end up looking at the end of the week when they're filled in, but I don't necessarily need them to function. I really do more journaling about our days and what we've been up to. And then the other weekly that I would potentially set up if I can stick to it is my Bible reading. I'm doing the Bible, the Old Testament once and the New Testament twice in 1 year, and then some gratitude, and then prayers on the right side of things I want to be mindful of praying for, or to remember that I need to and want to pray for. So then I would just go in and fill in 2 pages per day for my journaling. And then it's a thinner notebook, and it fits, you know, slightly. I can show you for this one in particular. It just fits really nicely in here. And then I also have her pocket monthly booklet, because again, I haven't even filled out a monthly yet this year, which is ridiculous, but I don't actually know how to do them because, like I said, I have all of our activities memorized. The only thing that would be really great to have future reference for on monthlies is to populate like what weekends we might have to travel for tournaments, or if we travel for any other reason. But other than that, like, I don't really necessarily want to write in like 4 different activities really small in every day of the week, because every single day is filled with activities. But that also fits in there nicely. And the 2 of them combined into this cover fit perfectly. And so, like I said, I have many, many more covers that are this design, and then I could use them more easily. And I will show you, like, I can make the big thick one work in here, but I don't love it as much, the fit. It's just really, really snug, and that's okay. It's still, but some of them don't actually fit as nicely as this one does. So trying to show here and get better at showing things, but that is what I'm thinking, is I don't love the fit quite as well. Like I said, the JenikasJournals, those all fit perfectly, either option. Like her covers are so gorgeous, and I'm loving this black one. I think this might be my first black cover I've ever had, and the leather is shining up, and it's just really gorgeous. This is what I've been using in the last week or so, and I think I'm gonna stick with it for more time, because I can already tell the leather's changing, and I want to continue to see how it changes with me using it on a regular basis. But like I said, her covers fit both perfectly, and these other ChicSparrow ones also fit. I'm sure this isn't looking pretty on camera, but those also fit perfectly. But like I said, the writing is just a little bit easier on the thinner notebook because of how much I'm journaling. Like, if I were just making one little quick note, it's not that big of a deal. But because I'm journaling, you know, full lines to the end of each page, it just is a little bit easier too. These are a little bigger if I can find my pile of things here. I just kind of carry around a pile of planner supplies and stationery with me wherever I go. So that also fits really nicely in there. So that is what I'm currently thinking. I will keep you updated if I change it again, but that's what I'm loving right now. I love all my covers, and I will keep you updated. Again, thank you so much for watching this video. If you've made it this far, I really, really appreciate it. It's so fun to see comments that people make. If you want to share what planners you're using, if you're using any of these or any other brands, I would love to hear about it. I love talking stationery and planners and notebook covers, pens, ink, all of the things. So please like and subscribe, and I will talk with you in the next video. Thank you.